Hey everyone, well it's going to be a weekend full of videos, so I wanted to do this one, and this is a chunk of stocks which doesn't have a specific theme except that I've tagged them all as interesting symbols and they're in my secondary watch list, which means I don't look at them as often, but they're cool to share and maybe you'll find an opportunity or two within these. So in alphabetical order, here we go. Archer Daniels Midland actually did a post about this earlier in the week. And it's got a very cool habit of following through with these rounded tops with nice tumbles. And it's got another cool twist, which has got this little junior version of this guy here. We've got an analog or fractal, if you like, going on down here. So looking like it's heading lower to me. Kind of a sweet setup. BAP. This looks bullish. This is a nice bullish base. We've gone zipping higher. Of course, about $30 has been expressed from that already, but I just thought I'd point it out. I want to mix things up a bit with some bullish ideas from time to time. And of course, one of the longest standing ones, which I think is kind of gone a little lofty to bother with now, but still worth looking at from time to time, is Cal-Maine Foods, Calm, the egg distributor. I always kind of find it amusing just how dull this company is, but the performance is not dull. We first started talking about it when it was around 55. It's around 86 right now. Cognex, CGNX, looks like a pretty nice top that's forming, not complete yet. A failure below that pink tint there would do the deed. Checkpoint. This is a kind of like Cisco, a very, very, very long-term bullish play. It's taken on the chin pretty hard recently here, especially yesterday. But when you're talking about a multi-year, even multi-decade, if you dare, holding period, this in a very Cisco style looks well positioned. This is one of my favorites. This is Carter's CRI. I think TN Revolution talked about this from time to time, but this is the diamond pattern's so hard to draw. I've just been using ovals, and this did a beautiful play off its ovals. Basically, it cracked the egg, so to speak. It recovered, tagged the outside of the shell perfectly, and then plunged. Kind of a cool action right there. CTAS, Cintas, this is also kind of an amusing one because of how dull the business is. They make uniforms. We've talked about it before. This thing is a sensation. Back in the financial crisis, it was $4. Now it's $205. So we can all think about how many Learjets we could have bought with those profits. But it is, I don't know why making uniforms creates a chart like this. Shrug, it's got a PE of 50. So I guess nurses' uniforms have a very hot future ahead. Search me. You can't argue with success. That is. I don't know how many tens of thousands of percent that is. It's insane. Estee Lauder did a post about this earlier in the week too. These cosmetic companies like ELF, like EL. This one's tumbling real hard off of that beautiful, massive Head and Shoulders top. Here's another kind of permarizer here. This is FICO, Fair Isaac. This was a $12 stock, is about a $2,000 stock now. Clearly they don't really buy into the whole stock split shtick. Just unbelievable. What's the P on that? 102. I mean, good heavens. This is just crazy. It's just crazy. When I started, a company with a PE of 102 would be a biotech company on the cusp of curing all cancer. These guys, they do like credit rating. I have no earthly idea what on earth merits that kind of valuation. This is batshit insane. Gutless, GTLS, Chart Industries, in spite of the name. I'm not fond of this one as a buy. Looks like a great short to me. This is the fourth instance of a rounded top on this. The prior three met with wailing and gnashing of teeth. Here's Gray Television, new one for you. I think GTN has slipped under this massive and decade-wide, dozen years wide actually, topping pattern. Interactive Brokers, incredibly bullish. Bullish base again and again and again. This is more like, I wouldn't even say shorting opportunity because it's just, it's very hard to go against something that acts like this, but good God, it's expensive. I mean, this is just illustrative of how insanely overpriced the market is now. At least the PE is not insane, but, they're a brokerage. This is in a sane, normal world, honest to God, the PE on this sort of thing back in the day would have been like a 3 or a 4. I'm not exaggerating. So, yeah, amazing. Grand Canyon Education. This was a kind of survivor of the education public company wipeout. It's banged out what could be a nice bullish base there. It's near lifetime highs. Movado Group, I believe this is a watchmaker. Here again, a nice history of topping patterns followed by big plunges, and this one seems to have started already. NBR Neighbors Industries. This is kind of like ADM in the respect that it's got this little peewee version of a top beneath a much, much larger top. NASDAQ, you've heard of them. This had broken its trend line, but it has shaken that off and has formed this basing pattern here, and it's pushed higher as well. PE of 44. It's the NASDAQ. Oh my God, the PE should be like 1. But again, you can't argue with success. We're coming up against the underbelly of that broken trend line. Rambus, RMBS. Ooh, look at this. That's kind of appealing. So we've got a completed head and shoulders top here, a plunge, and we push right back to the neckline on Wednesday. Would have been a nice entry point, but not very heavily traded, but that looks very vulnerable. Vital Energy, symbol looks like Vittle. And here once more, multiple tops, the prior 2, very nice result. Top 1, top 2, top 3. Wendy's, where the guys over at Wall Street Bets always joke they'll go when they fail trading. This is in its egg pattern. It hasn't quite broken out of that, so to speak. And finally, people of Walmart. Here's WMT, right near lifetime high. What's their PE? Just as long as we're laughing. 42.4. They sell soap, they sell toothbrushes, they sell toilet tissue, and they have a PE of 42. Unbelievable. But there we have it. That wraps up this goofy tour through these tag symbols. I think now you can see why I've got them tagged.